Sometimes you gotta roll with the punches. So I think I mentioned to you guys that there was a couple of parts that I got wrong. I thought the owner ordered a T5 dual mass clutch kit. I open up the box, it's a single mass clutch kit. So we gotta get a single mass flywheel here, and my good friend is helping me get that done. Go John Ward. So anyway, I'm going to do everything else I can to get this car ready to just bolt the transmission on and be done with this thing. So I'm gonna do everything else that I can do. So let me get moving on that. Um, I ordered the bolts that attach the clutch kit to the flywheel as well. So I got the inside of the car secure with the slave cylinder I was working on. Now I'm going to take out this bracket and get that line in position. Mita is working on getting the trailer organized. So let me put my other glove on and snatch that thing loose. I don't know why this line is so hard to get apart. I'm never good at this, but he's got a newer one, so maybe it'll come off of this. Ah, yes, it came off. So, let me grab this line, weave it through this part, plug it in. I do believe that you should lubricate this thing before you plug it in. His plastic thing to hold his air box is busted. Should have got a couple of those out of the junkyard. So this thing is like a Chinese jigsaw puzzle getting through here. But it does go through here. Do 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 do. How to get it the right way. There it goes. Come on. All right, there it is. It goes through like this. And you have a clamp and a screw that goes in there to hold that down. I could get in there, plug this in, run my line back through there, my brake booster line, and bolt this down. And that'll be one less thing need to be done later. Later. I'm gonna wet this with some brake fluid. Hopefully it'll slide in easier and not mess up my seal. That's what you want, the seal not to be messed up. Oops, just fell to the ground. Yeah, we got to change the oil in the truck. It's time already. Probably need to change it every 10,000, but I'm going to change it every 5, I think, just to make sure. snapped in place. I don't know if you heard it, but it did. Alright, let me get up here, run my brake booster hose through here, secure that. And we are officially going on the clock. Let's call it 2 o'clock. 2 o'clock, going on the clock. On the clock, at 2 o'clock. A lot of dirt up here. Clean that. So this piece sits in the box down into there. This line goes behind there. And your brake booster goes on top of it. The other brake booster line comes up this way, plugs into it. That should probably have some kind of clamp on it. Make sure that seals good. But let me get these 2 bolts, put them in here with that clamp, and that'll be secure. Man, those bolts look short. This is the bracket that holds that line down. A lot of people miss this in their manual swap kit. Alright, got that done. You what? I can't hear you. Oh. Hold on, meeting notes. Huh?
Only those two boxes.
What you did with my razor blade?
I put it on the
Yeah,
resolution.
you what? Perfect box for that headlight, huh?
You have it like that.
That tail light.
That's not a light.
Do what?
That's not a light. The front.
A front light? The headlight? Hey, the corner. I don't know if he's got a. Oh, I got a Jackson Olympics. It's coming out. There's a lot of nasty leaks. Did he order those coolant fans? I didn't see them in the box. The heater hoses? Did you see heater hoses? Yeah. Alright. Well, we'll bring the coolant. Got that getting dirty.
Wow.
That I got to drink the coolant in this thing. You got the strawberry plug for this pan?
You had it on your hand. I know what you're doing. You're saying that it was girlish?
We had like 3 of them.
No, you're gonna get one.
Huh?
You're gonna get one per
I
month.
didn't understand what you just said.
You're gonna get one per month.
Oh, because the couple are for the other pan we got down at the house.
Now, because you have to do it, you're gonna do it.
I really don't like this kind of radiator. It leaks the coolant out badly. Where my bags at?
You want?
Drain the coolant. We got heater hoses and heater cord and firewall junction.
That's what I do at night.
Huh?
That's what I do.
Well, I wasn't live. I went back live.
Tell me your life.
Do what?
Tell me your life.
Alright, I'm live.
Too late. I bet you didn't get that to lead up.
This reservoir's cracked. Hey, you plan on keeping these cars, you gotta do this stuff, man. You left the paper towels out here, right?
There on the left window. Back window. There's the black stuff.
Find none of those blue rags there, paper cables.
It's right there on the junkyard bag.
We got one of these trash bags I could use to catch coolant.
There's none in there?
Alright, so we're replacing the coolant hoses and we're going to try to disconnect them from the firewall junction, see if it comes loose without breaking. My experience is about 80% of the time it breaks. Unless it's been replaced in the past, it's probably going to break. So let me try to disconnect those lines from the firewall. Somebody put URO heater hoses on here and they're leaking. So we got the DO88 kit to try to replace it. Ah, got one out. I thought it was gonna break, but the top one came out. Here. Thank you for that card. Here's a what?
Another wrap.
You almost hear them click when they're coming out. I'm getting better at it, I guess. Firewall junction doesn't seem very secure. It's kind of floating around in here, huh?
You're gonna step on that one?
Yeah, I did earlier, but. Whew. Well, that was a new one I never experienced. The hose came out and left the plastic clip in, which means it probably wasn't clipped in right. So, let me see if I can pour this coolant into this container and then take the other end of the hose loose. Yeah, I got one to do it. Got both of them to do it. Without splashing totally in my mouth and eyes. Alright, so I had to get the clamps off the hoses, which looks like it will be easy. They have aftermarket worm clamps with an 8mm. I don't like using aftermarket clamps, but if that's what you get, that's what you get. Did I put the 8mm back in here? That was it on the tool still in the car? There it is right there. Still on the tool. Hey, there are some IPD. There's a 850 sedan in the salvage yard with some IPD lowering springs on it. If you want those lowering springs, let me know. Call or text. I'll try to get out there before they crush that car and get those for you. So just let me know. I normally do stuff like that, 50 cents on the dollar plus shipping. So I think they're $3.99 on the website. They're not rusted, nothing like that. This is the dry desert. They look good. Still got the blue paint on them. So 50 cents on the dollar plus shipping. Let me know if you want them. Oh, that's not gonna reach. It's horrible. I don't know how to reach that one. Quarter inch ratchet in the eighth. What's the matter? What was that? What you said? Oh. Come on. Whenever you put clamps on in hard to reach places, it kind of pays to think about how you put this clamp on. If you ever need to get it off, how you gonna get it off? If you put it on like a knucklehead. And this one is hard to get off, hard to reach it, because of the way they put it on. Easier for me because the transmission's out of the way. Cars have torn apart. But for some, that would have been near impossible. Put the clamp so you can hit it. Got the other line out. Now, I'm not sure if this firewall junction cracked. And I don't know if I want to take that chance. Ouch. So I'm going to tell the seller, the owner, I don't think it cracked, and see what he wants to do. Because that firewall junction is $280 something now. I don't think I cracked it. So I'm going to ask him how he wants to deal with that. But in the meantime, I'm going to cut these ends off and put the DO88 hoses on, which means I'll need a couple of clamps. My medicine. Drink, but just move my water.
Get another one. I got some of You want some of my water?
Thank you. You want that thing? I was sitting on that vacuum thing. I don't know if any of you guys use this tool here, oscillating tool by Milwaukee. Home Depot has a special deal on bits and a carrying case for them. It was like $39 for 5 bits. 2 wood, 2 multi-material, and 1 nitrous carbide for extreme metal. So I liked the little case, and I needed a few multi-purpose bits. And I need that master for this. I don't sit on this. So I'm sitting on work. Is this oil or water? Or it's oil? Extreme metal, cut through this easy. For a while, you couldn't get the Volvo hoses, and people resorted to URO. I've heard of these things blowing apart within 5 miles of use, so they're pretty risky. Friends don't let friends URO. This is one as well. But what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna cut this metal thing off and I'm gonna attach DO88 hoses to it. Now, I don't normally like silicone for coolant, but I do trust DO88. Battery's dead. We got a charger, we can put that on. Can you do that for me, please? He's got an outlet over there. I don't know if his breaker system's hooked up to. I normally use number 6 to cut these. So I'm gonna cut through this and go from there. So you don't want to cut your end that you want, but you want to cut that metal ring off. I got it cut down to the hose. I'm going to break the rest of it off with a screwdriver. Screwdriver pliers, cutters, side cutters, whatever. And you want to pay attention to the angle that is on there, so you put the new hose on that same angle. So when you put it in the firewall, it won't have any stress on it. Put a screwdriver in the cut, twisted it, and it came out. Hey, there's a hummingbird in here. Hurry up. They move fast. Yeah, he's on the side of the house if you want to go see him. I don't know what that sound was. Sound like a frog going. Once you get it broke loose, it normally twists off pretty easy, but this one is not. All right, got it broke loose, pulled out, ready to use. And it's got a barb on the end, so that's good. This one came off for the long hose. I don't know if they're different size, but I don't want to take a chance and not do it right. So there it is, ready for me to clamp it on. And it was pointed straight from that end there. So that's ready to clamp on. I could use the clamp I got. I'm gonna check my little clamp supply that I brought the parts with. Let me cut this next one off. Make sure you're careful like me. Use your eye protection and your ear protection. Put this thing in a vise. Got it 95%. Twisting that screwdriver in there, broke it loose. I'm gonna wear gloves as well. Got it. All right, we should be good to go. Let me go see if I got some clamps for this. We got a thing in the trailer with clamps, right?
The clamps are in the miscellaneous.
Oh, yeah?
Are the color ones, the green ones are
Are you
red?
talking about zip ties?
No. Those are clamps, no? Those are not clamps.
Those are hose pinchers.
Ay, ay, ay. Which ones are the clamps? You have so many.
This is a
Oh, yeah.
worm clamp.
Yes, sir.
Oh, this could go back in the car.
You can put it in the bit, the blue bin. All the parts are in the blue bin.
Can we move it all down this way a little bit so
Yeah.
this get close? Move everything down an inch or two that way?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yes, you can.
And we have a stash of clamps. Alright, that's the lower hose. Alright, hoses are done. Now I'm gonna clean off where they connect to the car with a wire brush, hook them up on the other end. And I'm gonna go inside, pull the heater core off because there's evidence of leaking there, and replace that. You want to go get some of these, or you want to shut it down and go together? You what?
Mary's sleeping.
You ready to take a nap? Go back to the room, take a nap.
Last night I couldn't sleep.
Were you watching your show?
Pardon me. What did I just drink?
Mm. For a drop of cool, when you put it on this, it's cool. Oh, that didn't work. Now it's working. Mm, mm, mm. Mm. Should I flip this clamp over the other way? Because I can't get it bent right here. Ugh. Mm. You see my other pliers? I got them down here already. Mm. All right, let's try that. Huh? I think I'm gonna have to flip this clamp over the other way. Crap. Huh? That might be decent right there. Let me try it that way. Huh? All right, that's good. We'll do this rear main seal because I think we got it. I think I didn't see it. I didn't see the rear main seal. Thought he ordered one. Let's see if we can find it. Did I put it on the dash or something? Big seal like that.
Seal?
Oh, it's got new clamps. It's got new clamps. I should use these. These? No. Found new clamps. I gotta take those clamps back off and put these on. Ugh. That was on the edge. That wasn't good. Good thing I decided to change these. Wasn't on the hose right. And down. It's the same Cadillac. I don't want to read this one. Come on. All right, that looks good. Try this one. Top. Yeah. That should be good. All right, got the new clamps on. Old clamps in the kit for emergency. Old hoses in the trash where they belong. Let me check messages real quick. What's up? Yeah, doing the manual conversion. Thanks for the nuts. I don't know what the codes are. What do the codes mean? What's 340 mean? 116 is just saying, hey, there's codes. 136, that may be mass airflow sensor. Not sure what 141 is. 102 is like an ambient sensor, maybe mass airflow sensor as well. 505 is something else. Let me know what those codes are and we can go from there. No, now's not a good time to call me. But you can text me. I'll get your text message. All right. We got the outside done. Time to do the inside. The inside is the heater cord. Rita, can you go get me something to eat, or you want me to go with you? Huh? All right. I'm going to take a lunch break, go get something to eat, and be back with part 6. And while I'm gone, you can call me.